All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raquah, Quadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. And we're going to jump right into the lesson. This is Proverbs 12:14. It says, "A man shall be satisfied with good, but the fruit of his mouth and recompense of a man's hands shall be rendered unto him." So this speaks about righteousness, it speaks about works, and it speaks about reward. So a reward, another word for reward is prize. And as you do your walk in this truth, just like Apostle Paul said, we run so that we may win the prize. Let's go ahead and get that. So 1 Corinthians 9:24. It says, "Know ye not that they which run in a race run all?" So everybody's striving and hoping to receive reward. And if that's not, that should be part of your spirit, man. Doing these works, knowing that there is a reward. It says, "But one receiveth the prize, so run that ye may obtain." Let's get that in the NLT. It says, "Don't you realize that in a race everyone runs, but only one person gets the prize? So run to win." All athletes are disciplined, they're trained, they do it to win a prize, will fade away, but we do it for eternal prize. So just as an athlete, he has to commit himself to training and a proper diet and proper rest, and a life of discipline, a life without distractions. That's the way you got to be in this truth, man. As Apostle Paul once again put it, you got to be a soldier enduring hard things. And the soldier's life is a life of discipline. It's a life of it's very structured, and it's regulated. If you look into those brothers that have been in the military, it's very structured life. You're told when to get up. You're told to be at certain places for certain events, and you must meet certain requirements and standards in order to be in good standing in that group. And it's the same way with that truth, man. We are doing those things, and what does a soldier receive for all that discipline and that sacrifice? He receives honor. He receives a respect of his peers. He receives a glory to himself. It's because it's a righteous thing to live a disciplined life. It's a righteous thing that's righteousness. You're supposed to strive after righteousness. It's a righteous thing to live your life right. Righteousness is living your life right. Righteousness is doing things correctly, speaking things correctly. Let's go ahead and get going back to Proverbs. Push back to the King James. Let's go back to Proverbs. "So the man shall be satisfied with good by the fruit of his mouth, by his speech, saying the right things, because the thoughts lead to words, and words lead to action. And the recompense of a man's hand shall be rendered to him." If you out there and you're just bullshitting, and you're just being a half-ass and procrastinating, guess what? You're gonna receive the reward for that. And you're gonna see other men, striving, and you falling behind the wayside because you don't want to put forth that effort. So the way he fools right into his own eyes, the way he fools right into his own eyes, till all that shit catches up to him. All that shit catches up to him, then he realized that he shoulda, woulda, coulda. And when you get to the point of shoulda, woulda, coulda, basically it's too fucking late. But he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise. So you can not only do you have to hearken, you gotta apply. You know, apostles always say you gotta apply the scriptures. You know, brother can tell you right counsel and give you right examples all day, but unless you put forth the effort to put forth things in your own life, then it's not gonna matter nothing, man. You know, and that's the way you gotta be in this truth. You gotta take heed. You gotta take heed to wise counsel. So what good is it if you're not doing it? You're selling yourself short. You're cheating yourself, man. If you're not really sincere in going for the prize, man, you're cheating yourself. You're fooling yourself. You're lying to yourself. You're being, as Proverbs 12:15 says, you're being in the way of a fool. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes. You know, and how many times where men got they even men of the truth, where they were slacking or coming short, and then while they were doing those things, you know, those things were right in their own eyes, or else they wouldn't be doing them until it was time to rebuke and, you know, brothers straighten themselves out and get back on the program, so to speak, you know. But let's go ahead and get Wisdom of Solomon 3:15. This is another quick lesson here at the plantation. This is the Wisdom of Solomon 3:15, and it says, for glorious is the fruit of good labors, and the root of wisdom shall never fall away. For glorious is the fruit of good labors, man. There's a glory that we are going to receive for our good labors, for our good works. There's a reward. We're going to get that scripture as well. The reward for striving for righteousness. So the root of wisdom shall never fall away. You know, what we're investing in, what we're investing our time in, we're spending our money on, because your money is your time, is something of great value. It says, for children of adultery, they shall not come to perfection, and the seed of unrighteous bed shall be rooted out. For though they live long, yet shall they be nothing regarded, and their last age shall be without honor. So, but that's going to be the end of the 2/3. They're going to be without honor. There's going to be, and then when they get them into the kingdom, the scripture says it's going to be a shame upon them for a certain period of time, an embarrassment. You know, because all things have, because that's what the scripture says, man. All things have consequence, and all things have reward. Whether that consequence be reward or that consequence be punishment. There is a cause and effect for everything. We're living the effect of our disobedience. You know, living here in Babylon under this so-called white man in this wicked, oppressive system. That's the effect of our disobedience. There's a cause and there's effect. It says, for though they live long, yet shall they be nothing regarded, and their last age shall be without honor. Or if they die quickly, they have no hope, neither comfort in the day of trial. Hey, that's a lot of young Jake, man. A lot of Jake have died young. And the so-called black Latino Native American, you know, being in this hell house called Babylon, majority of Jake die young, man. Dying in their 20s, you know, for stupid shit. Throwing their life away, you know, for dumb things. It says that they die, if they die quickly, they have no hope, neither comfort in their trial. For horrible is the end of an unrighteous generation. So the end of this generation is going to be horrible. It's going to ultimately lead to destruction and judgment by the hand of the Lord through the missiles and the chariots. Let's get Proverbs 18th chapter. This is Proverbs. Let's see here. Proverbs 18:20, it says, a man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruits of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips should be filled. You know, so you got to constantly speak correctly, right things, man. Speak right things, because speech leads to action. You know, the scripture said we're going to be judged by the words of our mouth. So, dude, you gotta be circumspect in everything, even what you say. You know, you gotta be circumspect of your thoughts. And brothers you talk to brothers, they can tell you how many that there's days where you just rebuke your own thoughts all day, and that could be vexing at times, man. Like you figure out like what the hell's wrong with you. You know, you're here rebuking your own thoughts. It says death and life in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof, man. So you know, this is all leads into just striving for righteousness, man. And righteousness is basically goes into obedience. And hopefully from that obedience, we will receive a grace and reward. And that's also a proving of our faith, because the scripture says that faith without works is dead. Let's get Isaiah 3 and 20 and 3 and 10. You know, keep your eye on the prize, man. It's Isaiah 3 and 10. It says, say ye to the righteous. Let's get that word righteous. One who is upright or righteous, one who walks a straight path, the straightness of his side. Righteousness, just in righteousness, just lawful righteous, just righteous in cause and government, righteous in conduct and character. And part of your conduct is your speech. A righteous that's justified and vindicated by Yahweh, right, correct, lawful. So that's righteousness, man. Righteousness is basically living a correct life. It says, say to the righteous that should be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. So there's a reward, man. We're going to eat the fruit of our doings. We're going to reap what we sowed. It says, woe unto the wicked, it should be ill with them, for the reward of his hand should be given him. See, so there is going to be a reward, man. There is going to be a recompense for all things. Let's get Matthew 16. And even Yahweh Shai said that. Let's get Matthew 16 and 20. Let's see. That's not what I wanted. Matthew 16:27 said, for the Son of Man, that's Yahweh Shai, shall come in the glory of his Father and with his angels. That's when he comes with the chariots, man. And then he shall reward every man according to his works. Because what's going to happen at that time? What's going to happen is the Lord's going to destroy the 2/3 of our people along with the wicked. And he's going to beam up the elect. He's going to beam up the elect, the chariots, and save the 1/3. So he's going to hand out rewards, man. It says, and then he shall reward every man according to his works. So even Yahweh Shai himself, you know, he said that, man. And these are things that you got to constantly, you know, be aware of, man. Because it's easy to get entangled in the affairs of this life. It's easy to get distracted with things, man. You know, always to the best of your ability, be about your business, especially in this truth. 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6, it says, seeing it as a righteous thing was Yahweh to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Also, we're going to get vengeance on our enemies. The Lord's going to get back all those people that are messing with you, man. You who are troubled, rest with us. When the Lord Mashiach Yahushua should be revealed from heaven and with mighty angels in flaming fire, taking vengeance of them that know not Yahweh, that obey not the gospel of the Lord Mashiach Yahushua, who should be punished with the everlasting destruction of the present Lord and the glorious power. When he shall come to be glorified in saints, who are the saints, his elect, be married in all them that believe, that glory is going to be given to him, because our testimony among you was believed in that day. So there is a reward for the things that we go through, man. There is a reward for standing up for righteousness. There is a reward for living correctly. There is a reward for taking L for those things. But with that being said, it's a real quick lesson here at the plantation. Most I will hope edifying. That would give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Kahala, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Let's keep on pushing. Shalom.